My name is Martin Moskowitz. I'm a professor of physical chemistry at the University of California, Santa Barbara.
My name is Carl Meinhardt. I'm a professor of mechanical engineering at the University of California, Santa Barbara.
A true collaboration is one in which each partner brings something unique to the collaboration. This is certainly true in our case.
And what we're trying to do is take details that how a dog works. A dog's nose is the gold standard for vapor detection. And what we want to do is mimic the dog's nose and build a machine that can also detect vapors with very low concentrations.
The dog has an amazing sense of smell with which it can identify things that it had smelled before. It can be trained to do that. And its sense of smell is so acute and so trainable that we, meaning the community, has been able to train dogs to smell disease. And to smell disease at very, very early stages, especially cancer.
When a dog is trying to sniff, it puts its nose very close to the ground and breathes in and out, or moves air in and out of its nasal cavity very quickly in a sniffing mode. And the idea is that when the air leaves the nose, it stirs up the local media, puts the molecules in the air, and then it pulls those molecules into the nasal cavity. The molecules absorb onto the mucus layer inside the nose, inside the nasal cavity, and it builds up a concentration of molecules that then can be detected by the olfactory receptors.
So we've been inspired by that to try to create an electronic dog's nose, basically.
The underlying physics is a combination of free surface microfluidics. So the idea behind microfluidics is that we can create fluid channels on a very, very small scale, on the scale of a few microns, and microfabricate them on a chip in a clean room. What's unique about our devices is that normally microfluidics, our channels are completely contained. What we've done is we took the lid off the microfluidics. So there's at least one surface of the channel of the flow that's exposed to the atmosphere. And so that's unique about our research, is that we devised a way to have the channel exposed such that it can absorb molecules from the atmosphere and make sensitive detections. Now the microfluidics is then combined with a detection strategy. And the strategy that we're relying upon is from the field of surface-enhanced Raman spectroscopy, which my colleague Martin Moskowitz has been working on for many years.
The way we do it is to have them absorbed into a very, very thin layer of water. So thin that a few molecules creates a large concentration of molecule in the water. And then we flow that water so that at some point it hits a laser beam. The laser beam excites the molecules, they start emitting light. The point is that each molecule emits its own brand of light, a kind of fingerprint of light that says it's that molecule.
Then we can devise mathematical algorithms to analyze that fingerprint, to try to correlate the spectrum that we identify from the chip with the molecules of interest. So we use a mathematical algorithm from the field of chemometrics to make these detections. And so the idea is that if we can identify certain spectra associated with cancer or non-cancer patients, we could devise algorithms that mathematically identify or correlate to a particular disease state without actually knowing the molecules.
Well, it has a number of embodiments depending on the utility. For example, for breath analysis, why not have something in which a patient actually blows into a little tube? And that means that you collect the breath. You don't have to kind of separate out the breath from what exudes from the mouth of the patient. We can have a wand or something like that.
We can take microfluidic chips, put it inside a portable handheld instrument that can then be scanned over the body, detect the vapors, and tell whether that person has cancer.
Or we could have something that sits on a doctor's desk, and as the doctor takes the details and asks questions, he or she analyzes your breath, and if you're coughing, the little particles that come out of your cough at the same time.
Cancer is a very difficult problem. And I think that there's a number of tools that we can bring to bear on the problem. And the more tools we have, the more ability we have to prevent and treat cancer.
Clearly, we will want to detect cancers early on because the greatest determiner of longevity and cure, if you want to put it that way, is the earliness of detection. So that clearly is going to be our goal.